Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some
Well,
fun.
here we are again, and we're over at the newer causing lathe that I just got, probably 6 months ago or so, and still kind of working out all the little kinks. And what I found almost immediately, and I don't know how this guy that owned it before me worked this, but I've got a tool holder that is like about 3 sizes too big for this lathe. And I tried to use it, and it works, but when you try to come out here with a larger radius, this thing is too big and too close, and you can't get this far enough back, and that's a pain in the ass. So I was just looking on eBay for the last couple of months and not really finding a whole lot until bang, one day this little head shows up. And so I took this off. I bought the other head first, of course, and then and I already took it apart, and I can't really put it back together again, at least not without a big hassle. But I've got the same head, except about, I don't know, 2 inches smaller. So it's going to work a lot better. Now the problem is that we come over here and the bit is not centered on the lathe. So we need to rise this up, and there's all kinds of components that need to go into this in order to get this to raise up, because this is an odd little this is an old Inco, and I just love Inco products. I don't know what happened to the company. I heard that MSN bought them out, but this one has a lever that locks down and holds everything in place. And I thought that was kind of cool. Now, of course, it's very cool, but the whole interior connects in a different way than that I've ever seen. And so what we have to do is, for one, our little slider T-nut that goes in here is too small. And for another, this is too short. It needs to be up there. So we've come in, taken some measurements. I have a couple of little rough out gauge blocks here, and realizing that these are too high, I figured out what the measurement was to make it smaller. Let's see if you can see this. Oh, I don't think you can. Okay, so this is too high. So what we're going to do, boy, you can barely see that, huh? Let's see if we can get you in a better position. That's a little better. Okay, so this is too high on my little rough gauge blocks that I made last week or so. And so we're going to drop this down by about 100 and something thousandths and cut ourselves a disc that will fit on this, and cut a slot in that disc so this whole thing will set up nicely. So let's go. Okay, we cut our disc, but I'm afraid it might be a little bit too narrow. May have to cut a second one. So let's just trim it up and see what we got. It's actually not square either, so we've got to square that up. All right, so let's take a final measurement here and see what we got. Yep, too short. Oh well. Okay, so on to the next cut. We'll save you the pain of going through the saw cut once again. We're back for cut number number 2, and this one's got about 1/8 of an inch thickness, so I think we're going to have plenty of room. I hope. Went just a little too far and sheared the end of that bit off. Oh well. We're there though. A little bit of maybe sanding on that tip. But we got to change our bit or our insert. All right. Now let's see if we got any inserts left. Oh yeah, 2. In fact. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's bring this out, and that way we can take off some of that rust. one thing I forgot to do was cut the perimeter to size. We'll go measure that. And it can be a bit bigger than this, but not a whole lot. Oh, that's probably pretty good. I think that's going to be fine. Okay. Cut the burrs. And there's our spacer. Okay, next thing we need to make is this T-nut. Now, the T-nut that was in there is this one here, but the new T-nut has literally 2 holes, one on each end, which is kind of weird, but hey, it'll work. So we're going to come down. Let's take some measurements. Our height is right there. So 155 thousandths. The key measurement is the slot itself, which is 380 thousandths. So let's see what that looks like. All right, we're gonna have to move it out. Oh, 380 from the bottom. Okay. Let's get a little ink on that. All right, let's try this once again. That's our height. Okay. Swing it over. Bring it in till it hits and see what we've got. I'd say that's just right on the money. Now the other thing we have to do is width. And let's get some ink on that. And as long as it's close, nobody cares. Yeah, let me get some cheater glasses on so I can kind of see what I'm doing and get my big head in the way here. Come on. And I think that's gonna do it. Looks pretty good, but I think it all needs to move over just a little bit because it's so this is our depth, and I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna come in and take out this side first, see where we're at. It looks like we're just a little bit long on this part. So we're going to come in just a little bit more. Take that second cut. All right, let's see what we got here. So far, it looks pretty good. Get a rag. Maybe blow off some of that. And we'll take this over to the grinder or to the belt sander and sand that off. But let's have a look and see if it's going to fit. Like a dream, like a dream. Now, if we look at the bottom of this, there are two holes coming out of here, and those have to fit in that. So that will be one of the projects this morning. But right now, I'm going to go have some breakfast. Okay, so we're going to center these two holes in our block and put our transfer punch down here. And that should give us a dot. We'll take the first one and then we'll calculate the second one. We're going to drill out some holes here, just using the drill press for the moment. Yeah, you know, I could adjust the table up and down, but it's a pain in the ass. I just like, if it's, doesn't have to be accurate, hey, just put some shims in there. All right, we're going to take this over to the vise and finish off that hole. All right, we got a bolt on this one side. It's still a little loose. I tried to bring it around, but it tightens up too much. We've got threads here and threads there. So we can just bring it back. We still got the center on the hole, so that's no problem. Let's just take a hammer and make ourselves another center hole. Or transfer punch. And there's our dot. Take this out. And back over to the drill press, and
Okay,
while
back.
Jason's over there welding up a storm, I'm over here messing around with this. So we're gonna slide our T-nut in there, and at this point it doesn't really matter. Didn't even need to slide it in there. Clean off the surface. Bring our spacer in, bring our the next layer in, which is the layer that has the ball bearings, or in a sense indexing bearings, and then bring our final block in and put that in place. Get it inside of one of the bearing caps. I guess it is inside. Yep. And then slide this over to our cutting space. And it looks like we're still small. Now what happened? Huh. We're still too low. Well, that's interesting. Well, leave it up to me. Probably what happened is I measured it with the bearings up. There we go. Yep, I did. Now, that's with the bearing up. Now, drops it down, and it's too small. Okay, so let's see. Back to step one, which isn't too bad. All we have to do is cut another one of these a little bit thicker. And let's just put that in place. Put that in place. Make sure that we're down on our bearing surface. Bring that up, and we can just take a measurement from there.